customer. But if you don't pay the bill, look out.
Well, Palm Desert is hooked up to Los Angeles cable, and it's also Dallas. They've done this before, and they usually do it with New York and the others. But you see, they've thought about this, and they've decided that they can play this game before the NFL starts. But I'm telling you, when the NFL starts, they're going to go over. These football fans are going to go over to the studios in New York, and they're going to rip the place apart if they can't see their football game.
And you're exactly right. When the NFL season starts, you can guarantee that CBS and Time Warner will do a deal. Who knows what that deal is going to be? But I'm going to tell you this right now to CBS executives and Time Warner executives: it better not affect the customers. It better not affect the customers that pay for this cable service. You better not increase the rates because of your selfish greediness. You have now taken this off the air now. It's been 3 weeks, I think, Bill. But you can guarantee...
we're into week 2 now.
Week 2. You can guarantee, Renegade Nation, that when the NFL comes marching along, which is the season opener is not even 4 weeks away, or 3 weeks away, they will have this resolved one way or the other.
Oh, definitely.
You know, and it's a sad state of affairs when they're so concerned about you, the consumer. No, they're really not concerned about you, the consumer. They're more concerned about how much money they can put in their pockets, and they're fighting like little babies, bullying each other. It's ridiculous. Why can't you just leave it on and negotiate behind closed doors and come out with a workable arrangement and an agreement? What is so hard about that?
Well, Time Warner has this argument. They're saying, hey, you know, when you had rabbit ears on your machine, there was no problem, and nobody was paying the networks, and the networks are making money through their commercials, and so why should we, simply because we're a carrier, go back and pay CBS, the programmer? And that's their argument, and it's a good one. They're just asking for money. They're making they're making tons of money over at CBS, and they're just expecting that that Time Warner pays CBS for out of the money that you pay your monthly bill to Time Warner. CBS and Time Warner ads have appeared with a network reasoning about fairness, while the carrier calls CBS demands an outrageous increase for programming we shouldn't pay, says Time Warner. The ads are a waste of money, as the public isn't siding with either combatant, and they just want to see the programs and are angry that they can't. I'll tell you, they wouldn't have allowed this if it was in the airwaves. The FCC chairwoman here I think she's talking wind here, because she doesn't have any authority over cable. She only has authority.
Well, then why? Okay, my question, Bill, is why is there an FCC? Why is there a Federal Communications Commission
when these FCC was formed in 1933 and 34?
No, I understand that.
With the interest, convenience, and necessity for the public, and they said that the public owns the airwaves. Now, Time Warner says you don't own the air. You may own the airwaves, but we own the line that comes to your house, and they're right.
Right.
So
it's called a line. It used to be.
No longer does the FCC. The FCC was written up with that they were going to protect the public, that the public owns the airwaves, and the FCC was going to police it. Now they cannot police the cable, because the cable belongs to Time Warner.
They're really hurting themselves. Renegade Nation, there are a lot of people leaving the networks. They're watching less and less of TV. They really don't care. And this started about 10 years ago.
Yeah, but when you do that, you're going to Time Warner and you're getting their cable.
Yeah, well,
you're getting their shows. So
well,
you're
some of the
Time Warner by paying your monthly bill, or you pay it with Verizon. But Verizon is not in this fight this time. But they'll be in it too.
Of course, Time Warner is going to set the precedent, and everybody else is going to fall in line. Verizon will be there.
Well,
and the rest of these
we had
companies.
One of these in New York a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They move it around. They don't do it across the country, because then the public would really be outraged across the country and would might be able to do something, but they think they can get away with 3 main cities and Hawaii.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hawaii. They don't mention Hawaii. See, Renegade Nation, again, the truth is not being told to people. Who knows how many people are without cable, Time Warner, and CBS around the country? They only say New York and Los Angeles, but nobody knew about Honolulu. Oh, yeah, it's right here. No Showtime, no Ray Donovan, none of these shows.
Maybe Alaska, maybe some other cities.
Yeah, but we don't know. Again, it's the same situation. They just don't tell you the truth. Anyway, let's move on to the coal industry, because that's another big thing that Obamadable promised in the re-election back in 2012, that he would take care of these people that are in the coal mines and in Virginia and West Virginia, where all the coal, basically a lot of coal mining is doing. But, Bill, what's going on with that?
Well, that's really kind of interesting here, because Obama has said that he wanted to be the environmental president, and here in his own hometown, his temporary own hometown of Washington, D.C., he's not doing it. He's the biggest polluter in the city of Washington, D.C. right now.
And how does that work out? Can you explain to the audience how he's the biggest polluter?
He's saying, do as I say, not as I do. And as far as the environmental president promised that he would be 4.5 years ago, that he was in a Georgetown speech in June. He vowed that his administration, this is just a few weeks ago, would lead by example, reducing the federal government's use of environmentally harmful fossil fuels like coal and oil. Well, we're still waiting for a little cleanup activity at the Capitol Power Plant. Now, the Capitol Power Plant, owned by the government, heats and cools 23 government buildings, not only Capitol Hill. Now, Obama means well, we know that. But his inaction through the political mire makes him the #1 polluter in the nation's capital. Wow. Coal and dirty oil-fired furnaces are still there from years back, from pre-World War II. And they're supposed to be gone 13 years ago. And they're still there, these polluters. And you see that there are too many powerful members of Congress from coal mining and oil states. They want to keep it the way it is. Now, Nancy Pelosi, who is House Speaker, took a stab at it in 2007 in her Green the Capitol initiative, end quote. But the Republicans took away funding when they regained control of the House of Representatives in 2011. Pelosi.
So what was Pelosi going to do?
Effort, yes.
What was Pelosi going to do?
Well, she has this. She did have this Green the Capitol initiative, which was supposed to correct this problem. But when the Republicans came in, and she lost her House speakership, the thing went back to a standstill again. Now, the effort is futile until you get rid of the Republican majority, says the Pelosi office. And they do not believe in the word green, according to Nancy Pelosi's office. The fact that the power plant is violating the law, they're actually violating the law of the air quality.
So they basically, Bill, they basically pass a bill, and then they actually violate their own bill.
You got it.
That's what it comes down to.
I mean,
so why pass the bill in the first place?
Any town in the country, if you violate it, boy, the EPA
is up your ass.
Will be on your butt.
Right.
And here we are. Here's the violator, the President of the United States, and
nothing's happening.
They're saying, well, we've lost our papers. We really don't know, and we don't know that we're polluting. Well, the fact is, according to the environmentalists, that this power plant that's feeding 23 government buildings, including the Senate and the Congressional Office Building and all of those, the Library of Congress, they do not believe in correcting this problem. And right around the plant, right around this, with this black smoke coming out, is causing severe breathing difficulties by emitting more than 20 tons of nitrogen oxides per year in each one of these furnaces.
That's why, hey, Bill, that's why they're all screwed up in D.C. They can't get anything done because they're breathing all this in.
Well,
it's affecting their brain cells.
We got a mother here with 2 kids, and she says, "You see that black smoke coming out of there, and you wonder what it's doing to my kids."
They don't give a flying rat's ass about anybody's kids. They're not going to do the right thing. I mean, this is not a Democrat or a Republican situation. It's the air that we breathe.
They like to sell coal to the government.
They've been lying and conniving this for a long period of time, and all these West Virginia coal miners are all going to be out of work. Obamadable promised that they wouldn't be out of work, that they keep on going along, and da-da-da-da-da. And the same old bullshit just goes round and round and round, Bill. Green going green, and they got the coal problems and the oil problems and the smoke problems and this problem, but they actually pass these laws, and then they don't even put the laws into effect, and then he gets on there and starts talking about what he's going to do with the coal. Look at.
Well, the Sierra Club is, an environmental group.
Well, okay.
Its director says that it concerns him that Congress, quote, seems unconcerned for the health of the people living around the Library of Congress.
Well, they are they're not. That's right, Bill. I agree.
Other government buildings.
Bill, I agree with them. They don't care about anybody. They don't care. Why would they care? Their families aren't there. They don't have to worry about it. They don't give a shit. But they did the right thing and cleaned it up, which that's what they're supposed to do. Try to clean it up so we have cleaner air for everybody, not just them, for everybody in the country.
13 years ago, they were supposed to clean it up.
And they never cleaned it up. So it's going to go on and on and on.
The President of the United States, who's talking about being the environmental president of...
That's what he ran on, remember, in 2008? In 2008,
he delivers speeches. He likes to deliver speeches about this, but he hasn't done a damn
thing. Nothing's been done since 2008, or 2009 when he took office. Nothing's been done, and he did go on the campaign trail and did a lot of talking about going green, about changing things around and making the air better, and blah blah blah.
And he says that the government is going to set the example for the rest of the country.
And the government has not.
That's what he said. That's what he said at Georgetown University in June.
Really, I mean, that's what people need to hear. This is what he said in Georgetown, and look what they're going through, and nothing gets done. It's amazing, though. Absolutely amazing.
He loves to deliver speeches.
He's a great speech. He's a good speaker. He's great. He gets everybody motivated, and nothing gets done. I've run into a lot of people in my life.
He doesn't like to talk to Congress or initiate.
No, why should he? He wants to go play golf. There was a thing about Obamadable the other day. He went to Martha's Vineyard or wherever the hell he went for a vacation, and they forgot the dog or left the dog at the White House, and then they had to fly the dog by himself on a plane. Did you really hear about that?
No.
Yeah, they had to fly Bobo, the dog. Yeah. More tax money going to fly the dog. How come they didn't take the dog with them when they went on vacation? I don't understand that.
Did they need security agents for the dog?
I guess so. I don't know. I didn't read the whole thing. I was so disgusted. I just had to get out of it. Anyway, we're going to go.
Were there any humans on the plane besides?
The pilots, I think. Probably a dog handler. I don't know. I just sitting there going, okay, whatever.
Was the dog flying the plane?
Yeah, maybe the dog was in the cockpit. It just gets stupider and stupider as time goes on. But anyway, Renegade Nation, if you don't have Time Warner, or you did have Time Warner and you're cut out of CBS and cut out of these shows, I know the feeling is we've been cut out here in Honolulu, and I think a lot of the country's been cut out. They're just not telling you the truth. And if you want to hear more, go to Our Missing News. You can get all the missing news at Bill's site, because Bill puts it up there and tells you what's really going on. And Facebook. You can go to Facebook too and check that out. And also, how's your book coming along, Bill?
Well, it's going. I got a big deal coming up in a few weeks in New York. Big book sale.
Really?
And yeah.
Wow, good for you.
It's over in Brooklyn at the City Hall area. It happens every year. It's one of the biggest book sales places in the country.
So if you're in the New York area, contact Bill on Facebook, and you might want to show up and get a signed autograph from Bill Dean. That'd be cool.
Yeah, this is a very important story because people have really been hurt. Have been hurt by the CIA unnecessarily. Our American public had been fooled.
People need to hear the truth, Bill. That's what they need. Anyway, on that note, we're going to get out of here. Bill, you have a great day. Marla, I hope you feel better. Renegade Nation.